Hello, friends, and welcome back to Sonder's Corner, the little corner of the internet where we talk about life, anxiety, healing, and finding our way through it all. Today, I want to talk about something that almost everyone experiences, but doesn't always admit out loud. Doubt. Doubt about ourselves, doubt about our decisions, doubt about our future, and sometimes doubt about God. If I'm being honest, doubt has shown up a lot in my life lately. It shows up when I wonder if I'm making the right choices. It shows up when I think about past mistakes. It shows up when life doesn't go the way I expected. Maybe you felt that way too. Doubt is uncertainty. It's that voice that asks, what if this doesn't work? What if I'm wrong? What if God isn't listening? Doubt often gets a bad reputation, especially in faith communities. We can sometimes feel guilty for having questions or fears. But here's something I've been learning. Having doubt doesn't mean you don't have faith. In many ways, faith exists because doubt exists. If we had all the answers, faith wouldn't be necessary. One example in the Bible is Thomas. Thomas is often called Doubting Thomas because he struggled to believe that Jesus had risen from the dead until he saw him for himself. What's interesting is that Jesus didn't reject Thomas. He didn't shame him. He didn't tell him to leave. Instead, he met Thomas where he was. Jesus showed him the proof he needed and invited him closer. That reminds me that God is not afraid of our questions. He's not intimidated by our uncertainty. He already knows what's in our hearts. For me, doubt grows the loudest when I'm isolated, when I'm overthinking, when I'm replaying the same fears over and over, when I focus on what I can't control. So, how do we deal with it? First, be honest with God. You don't have to pray perfect prayers. Sometimes your prayer can be simply, God, I believe, but I'm struggling. God, help me trust you. God, I don't understand what's happening. Second, look back at what God has already brought you through. Sometimes remembering God's faithfulness in the past helps us trust Him with the future. Third, don't let doubt make your decisions for you. Doubt is a feeling. It isn't always the truth. Just because you're afraid doesn't mean you're headed in the wrong direction. One thing I realized is that doubt often shows up right before growth. When we're trying something new, when we're healing, when we're forgiving, when we're trusting God with something we desperately want to control, doubt whispers, what if it all falls apart? But faith gently answers, what if God carries you through it? I wanted to talk about doubt because I have been doubting myself a lot lately. I'm going through a transition, and this year I'm doing a lot of things that I've never done before, not only on like in the public eye on social media, but just also in my personal life. And I've been scared. Everyone is scared to fail, and majority of the time when you're trying new things, you fail the first time. So I've just been trying to stay consistent, learning along the way. I've just been trusting myself more and trusting in God more, and jumping out and doing those things. Like, anxiety is going to show up and you're going to feel doubtful. It happens. It's showing up for me a lot. But the way that I handle this situation is I remember the end goal and what I want to accomplish. And I don't go in with expectations, but I always try to vision the outcome that I want, if that makes sense. So basically, if things don't turn out how I want, I didn't set my expectations too high, so I don't get disappointed. And if I do start to get like a little overwhelmed, I just try to always keep the picture of like the end goal of what I'm trying to accomplish, just so I can like keep taking steps to get there. And I talk to God more. Like, my conversations with him are not perfect. My prayers are not perfect. Your prayers don't have to be. But when I first started praying, I used to think that it had to be like organized and it had to sound like how it does in church. And that wasn't realistic. So I just started kind of like having a conversation with him, like how I'm talking to you guys. And I thank him a lot. I thank him a lot throughout the day. I just let him know how thankful I am, because we do ask for a lot. I do come and ask for a lot. And, like taking doubt away and things like that. But just having that conversation and releasing it also helps with the doubt, because like you're not holding it in. You're not thinking about it. It's not like replaying in your mind. You're like, you let it out. You talk to somebody about it. So that helps too. So if you've been struggling with doubt lately, I want you to know that you're not alone. Some of the strongest believers in the Bible wrestle with uncertainty. Questions don't disqualify faith. They can actually deepen it when they lead you back to God. So this week, instead of running from your doubts, bring them to God. Talk to him honestly. Trust him with your questions you don't have all the answers for. And remember, faith isn't the absence of doubt. It's choosing to trust God even when doubt is sitting in the same room. Thank you for spending a few moments with me here at Sonder's Corner. Until next time, be gentle with yourself, keep growing, and remember that every person you pass is fighting a battle you can't see. This is Sonder's Corner, signing off.